They're going for it. They are going for it. Lurrus off the top would be great. And our 5th land as well. Double draw. Oh, Lurrus has to first enter their hand, so that would take a full extra turn. Sometimes I forget when they're the companion. They just paid 3 life to bring Lurrus in and hold up a counterspell. We have lethal right here. Let's make them kill the Scorpion if they want it. Right, rather than the attack for 1, it'll ping for 2. So they let it hit. And we are hitting for lethal. They need to flash block or remove. This is with us basically skipping a turn as well due to the skipping past our opponent's end step when we wanted to flash the Paragon in. So I'm not that disappointed in how it's performed. Hey everybody, welcome back and thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. Are you still annoyed by Dimir rogues? Well, yesterday we looked at different ways that you can sideboard or build your main board to compete more aggressively against the Dimir rogues archetype. Today we're going to demonstrate that in action with some of those cards in a best of 1 deck called Anti-Rogues. It's a mono black aggro deck focused around Lurrus of the Dream Den, allowing us to replay a lot of our permanents that they remove and that they mill. So it's going to be a very hard matchup for them to win. As always, if you do find any value within the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, and of course hit that bell icon so you're notified of all of our future uploads. Don't miss out on our 500,000 gem giveaway and free monthly cash prize tournaments. This deck starts out with 4 copies of Archfiend Vessel, a 1/1 with lifelink, which is great. So this deck really has the ability to gain a lot of life and lose a lot of life, which is actually quite neat. We're using it as a resource. When it enters the battlefield, if it entered from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, exile it. If you do, create a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying. This is great because, again, we can have the life gain from it. It's an early aggro drop when we can, you know, maybe on turn 3, put out 3 1-drops. That's going to help to overwhelm the Dimir Rogue deck. And then if it gets removed and we can replay it from the graveyard via Lurrus, it's a 5/5 with flying, which basically will block any rogue. It's going to force them into more removal, and it should give you a little leeway within the match. We have a single copy of Cling to Dust at instant speed. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, you gain 3 life. Otherwise, draw a card, escape for 4, 5 cards from our graveyard. This is great because of the escape costs. We can cast it from the mill repeatedly, which is quite nice. Emptying our graveyard, so Drown in the Loch and Soaring Thought Thief don't have those additional values on them. And, you know, this is also great in some of the other matchups like Rakdos aggro, when you just take out a Croxus so they can't replay it with Escape. Moving forward, 4 copies of Deadweight, an enchantment. Enchanted creature gets -2/-2. This can take out the Enforcer. This can take out their Lurrus because obviously Dimir Rogues plays Lurrus as well. Hateful Eidolon. This is going to capitalize on Deadweight. It's a 1/2, also here with life gain or life link, which is great. That's sustainability against other aggro decks. Whenever an enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you controlled that was attached to it. So not only does this have the sustainability or survivability, but you can draw cards with it as well through the removal, which is just so good. 4 copies of Serrated Scorpion, a 1/2, and when it dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life. Sometimes we get really close to the kill, but we don't quite get it. The Serrated Scorpion can kind of come out of left field and surprise our opponents into being backed into a corner that they can't get out of. The chip damage here for 2 is really good, and gaining 2 life never hurts either. Into our 2-drops, 4 copies of the Skyclave Shade. This is an obvious card to include for black, a 3/1 that cannot block. You know, typically you would only be blocking creatures without flying, with creatures without reach, right? So it's not going to be blocking anything that the Dimir Rogues have anyways. The Thief Enforcer maybe, but that's got Death Touch, so that's a whole nother thing as well. So when you kick it, it will enter with 2+1/+1 counters on it. You know, maybe late game, but probably not for the majority of your matches. And what's really good here is the landfall ability. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if it's in your graveyard, you can cast it this turn. So that's so great. You know, if they mill it, you can just recast it with your land entering. That's great. Flood the field, go really wide. Also, you can, you know, pull their removal, right? And then replay it later. So you're kind of trying to beat them at their own game. 2 copies of Scourge of the Skyclaves. This is something that I wish I could include 4 of, but unfortunately there's so much life gain within the deck that you're not always able to consistently pay enough life to get down below 20, so it makes the card less consistent, but there are certain matches where this is the difference. Its power and toughness are equal to 20 minus the highest life total among players. So if your opponent's at 20 and you're at 10, it's not going to come out at 10, it'll come out as 0, and vice versa, right? So you need both of the life totals off of 20, and then it will come into the highest minus 20. So great card, and you know, there's no shortage of matches that this comes in, you know, as a 6/6 and 8/8, stuff like this, right? 4 copies of Mire's Grasp, similar to Dead Weight. Enchanted creature gets a -3/-3, absolutely. This can take out the Soaring Thought Thief. You can take out the Lurrus, basically anything other than Serrated Scorpion, which the Lurrus copy or version doesn't run. 4 copies of Blacklance Paragon. This can get basically anything on the ground that isn't, you know, indestructible with Death Touch. Obviously, it enters at flash speed, so you can do this on your opponent's block phase and use it as removal, which is quite nice, giving it Death Touch and lifelink. So more sustainability plus removal, all for 2. And if not, you can use it on your opponent's end step to disrupt their play, because they obviously want to cast their mana during your turn. So if you can be casting multiple spells on their end step, that's going to force them into a position where they're going to need to interact with them on their turn. And then once it's your turn, your mana opens up and you can play uninhibited for a turn, because they will be tapped from interacting with you on their end step. So that's why the Blacklance Paragon is a must-have against Dimir Rogues. 4 copies of Demonic Embrace. Enchanted creature gets +3/+1, has flying, and is a demon in addition to its other types. Obviously, you can grab flying here to help block the rogues, which is really nice. Do take note that there's a lot of removal in the Dimir deck, so you might want to not block, and if you have the ability to attack for damage, and more specifically life through lifelink, do that, right? Because if you were to block and they just removed your blocker before their attack phase, then that's so sad. And of course, to pull it all together, well, actually, I should mention that you may cast Demonic Embrace from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding an additional card while paying its normal mana costs. So, you know, they're going to be milling you. So rather than having to draw Demonic Embrace, it'll just go to your graveyard and you'll be able to play it by discarding a useless card that doesn't need to be in your hand. So not only does this happen for the Demonic Embrace organically, but through Lurrus's ability, during each of your turns, you may cast a permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. This will make their milling effect kind of backfire on them, because they'll be milling our graveyard or removal like Mire's Grasp. So, you know, if Lurrus enters for 3, Mire's Grasp can come on for an additional 2, can remove basically any rogue. The same goes for Deadweight, and you know, we can even get our Hateful Eidolon in there for a draw engine as well. So Lurrus ties it together and makes the replayability of your permanents outvalue most Dimir Rogue decks. Now, this deck does stack up against some of the other top aggro decks, or even just general top meta decks within Zendikar Rising right now. It's close. You're going to have to work for it. And, you know, it's not like this is stomping them, but you do have a 100% chance to win any matchup that you come into by turn 4, turn 5 with this mono black aggro deck. There's no sideboard today. We're playing best of 1. We have 3 Castle Locthwains in which we can pay 4 to draw a card, losing life equal to the total number of cards in our hand after the draw. Again, we are getting so much life. This is one way to help pay some of that life away. And then we do have 18 Swamps. We were playing with Agadeem's Awakening, and now this is something that you could balance in as well. But I did balance it out. I think we'll probably include it in the final list. Just because, you know, we do probably need multiple ways to pay life for the Skyclave. We don't want to just rely on the Locthwain and the Demonic Embrace, obviously, because we have to pay 3 life to get this back into play. So the more ways that we have to pay life, the better, considering all of the life gain that we have in the deck through the Vessel, through the Eidolon, through the Scorpion, through the Blacklance Paragon, right? So there is plenty of life gain. Even Lurrus has lifelink as well. So there's no shortage of survivability within the deck. Make sure to, you know, just remove those rogues and try to play always on their end step to draw their mana out. And that will allow your next turn to be uninhibited. So thanks for your time and attention. If you found any value within this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, hit that bell icon so you're notified of the future uploads. Don't forget to check out our 500,000 gem giveaway, free cash prize monthly tournaments for Brawl and Artisan individuals. You know, come make your claim within the community, be a champion, rise to the top. With that all being said, enjoy this anti-rogue mono black aggro deck. Take care, and we'll be back soon with our closing thoughts. Alrighty, the hand looks weird. Yorion, I don't know if it's going to be permanents like the Doom or creatures like Abzan, so it's really tricky. A lot of this removal might be useless. I'm going to toss the hand. I don't know, right? It's hard to say. And then if we toss the Embrace, we should be ready to rip. Life gain in first, get us going. Let's go wide. It is non-creatures, so not only are we'll have to contend with wipes, but all of our removal main deck is garbage. This is not good. We need to hit hard and we need to hit fast. It's Esper Doom. Paying life for this. Hit for 6. It's not that bad. It's not good though. Omen, that's fine. They didn't want to chump block the Scorpions. There could be a Doom here, there could be a wipe here, but then they wouldn't have omened. Skyclave on our Embrace or the Vessel? On the Embrace. That sucks. That sucks a lot. So we see that our removal might be relevant. They'll play Yorion in hand here. That gives them 2 mana left over. We've had a hello good game be redeemed, and what a perfect time to do so. Doom Foretold hits. Let's flash in. Flooding the field and try to top deck an Embrace off the top. Scorpion goes to the grave. 2 damage up top. An Embrace! DPS. Interesting. They need a field wipe. Oh, Elspeth takes our Embrace away. You dog! They have been exiling that absolutely perfectly. Alright, we're gonna lose another Scorpion. Down to 5. Can we pull another Embrace? No, we do get removal, which is an Embrace! Mana 3 or less, which sucks to be 2 or less. So we do have to kick it, so we can't cast the Embrace. It's still good, though. We get the XX as well. Oh, and it goes to exile still. It's always been exiled. It's always been exiled, bro. whatever. They're gonna trade with both of the Paragons. It is what it is at a certain point. Clear the field for us. Omen's Gonzo. What? They take Elspeth instead of Omen. They really like that scry too. Woo! And you'll see just how easily we're getting all of these different top deck metas, you know, down to 1, down to 2, down to 4. It's fine. It's a good deck. We just need a lot of matches to dial it in and you know, get around these tryhards. We do have to sack here, so we lose the vessel. No way. We do lose the token, right? It only pushes it to 4. But, I mean, killing Yorion here is not bad. Oh, that's not even his companion. He still has that. That sucks. So, you know, the discard will happen on our upkeep before the draw phase, so we don't have to discard from Doom. They do draw and create a 2/2 and gain 2 life. We lose 2 life, but the losing 2 life is irrelevant. The 2/2 is not super relevant. The drawing of the card for them and the gaining of the life for them is... Alright, Scorpion in play. They've got the Murderous Rider in for life gain. We have the Locthwain to draw. Only we had more land in play. Right, they're now coming away from that early aggro style game into the mid-range and eventually in a few turns here into the late control game, and you know, that's the typical story is aggro will win turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, and you know, then mid-range takes over turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, and after that it is control's time to shine. And I would say that, you know, we've obviously left the aggro matchup where our deck's balanced towards, and well, you know, they do have 6 land. They're playing 7th here. They've got permanents to make their draws more consistent and draw just in general, hence their full hand and our empty hand, and you know, they're just going to pile on that value. They don't really look to close out the games quickly. They just look to generally control them with some form of reset via the Extinction event, Doom Foretold, all that jazz, right? Let's take the draw. The Shade might protect us a bit. I don't know. So bad. Let's just kill the 2/2, whatever. Not good. They're already up to 10. We had them, what, down to 4 or something? So, big woofs. And that's the power of, you know, Doom Foretold. It's a great card. Luckily for us, it's off. Stop it! Oh, as soon as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, right? So we're gonna lose our creature here. Appreciate that. Let's play it from the grave. That's actually not that bad. The thing is, how do we get around it? We have to continuously play our Embrace and then sack our Embrace, right? Because on our upkeep, we'll have to sack the Embrace, and then we draw and can replay it and hit for 6 potentially. These tomes will gain 4 life once they have 4 counters on them. So, you know, that's unfortunate as well. Yeah, good stuff. I mean, the play route's there, but I don't see it connecting is the thing, right? Even if we, say, top decked another Embrace and tried to hit for 9, which gets us close, there's nothing to discard for this Embrace then, right? And we have to also, yeah. So if they killed the, well, no, I guess we get to choose. But if they killed the creature, then we're super screwed. I think we're ready to concede at that point. Even now, we're pushing our luck way beyond where it needed to go, solely to represent how games transition from the aggro into the mid-range and then the control aspects. So our options here is to sack the Embrace, draw, replay the Embrace. Right, we're taking a big hit here, but it is what it is. We get our 6 in. They gain more life. Yes, please gain more life. Right, so they've gained multiple life. They've paid a few life though as well. So, yeah. Once these tomes, I think they'll bounce everything with Yorion though to reset the tomes. Well, maybe not. They just sacked the better bounce target. They didn't bounce Treacherous Blessing. I love that. Okay, this is great. They can have us discard the Clave or the Embrace. And that bounces them both, but now they're Doom Fizzles. Right? Which is great, but I mean, now they're in full up control position. It's gone so far beyond our capabilities. Yeah, good times. They do have lethal though, so we'll just help them along with that. Play the land, Locthwain in. And yeah, good game. Hello, a good game. Woo! All right, let's go. Let's bring this losing. Oh, more mono red. Great. That's what I wanted. Maybe we can take some damage and do some damage and get our Skyclave out. We're gonna do it. Mono red is the deck to do it against. Nice. That's an exile, so we're not replaying that. Hurts. Robert in immediately. They get a land. Okay, thank you. At least. Let's snag that robber. Oh, really? That's interesting. Let's throw that in tapped and pass our turn. That's wasted mana on their behalf. Bone Crusher Giant just on our health. I don't find that relevant. Annex though, that's pretty cool. Did you get the Satyr? I'm gonna keep the Thirst in hand. Leave the token there. Oh, they do have another giant. Nice. That's upsetting to me. The Vessel can go in. We have to end our turn. No blocks here. We'll kill the creature they play and then attack for 1 life and just mitigate the damage they did. 2 damage here, sucks, but whatever. Giant's gone. The Shade is cool. Okay, this is gonna get fun here. We want to keep it and try to kick it? No. Let's make them have to deal with the Skyclave. Because we get a good hit next turn. This is where it all turns around for us. They tap for the Giant, that's perfect. We take the damage. They're tapped, then, which is crazy. We can Heartless Act this. We go down to 10. It's hurtful, I know. But, look at this. Woo! We're up to a 6/6 now. And we have removal for next turn. Heading for at least 10. A 6/6 is very hard for mono red to deal with. Killing Annex, the tokens cannot block. up to 12. They're down to 4. And we have an 8-8 ready to rock and ready to roll. Let's play the land, whatever. So it's nice to see that we were able to get a win against mono red if we had the right draw. And yeah, get out of here. All right, this is a tight hand. It's very slow. Yeah, our opponent goes first, I believe, so we do get the draw. It could be a land, I hope. And that's why we're able to risk it, is we have such a low mana curve. Ooh. Uh-oh. Yikes. They're an aggro deck. That's going fast. And we're going slow. Oh my god. Come on! Alright, at least. Mono red players expect you to be so quick. You take like 1 second and they're upset. It's like, calm down. We don't just throw the orange things in play every turn. I mean, kind of do, but... We can Paragon for life gain. The robber draw is gonna happen anyways. They could remove the Paragon here. Nice. They're grabbing lots of our draws. Right? Not good. Scorpion will survive. It'll trade with the Paragon. The Shade cannot block. We sneak the Unencrypt in. Tapped. Oh, good god. Hey! Let's go. Priests. Sorry, not priests. Vessels, I should call them. Third land's great. We can drop a 2-drop and a 1-drop on turn 3. Interesting. They're trying to get a read on our deck. We do find the rogue matchup, so we want to be careful about this. Let's take the attack. It might die. For all we know, this vessel could die. They just bounce it. Let's double play vessels then. Right, we need them to be removed. So they're our first priority to play. Maybe we can just embrace them, and now we've got life gain, and we're in the air to screw with the rogues. We're only milling to 2, so we can play an embrace without much fear. Oh, pray, baby, pray! They could remove the vessel here, is their only interaction. Right? Instant speed drown, vessels for 1, we've got 2 in the grave. They can't counter embrace. Interesting. They could bounce it with another borrower. We can see the Thought Thief as a flash blocker on the ground vessel. But I'm fine with that, right? So as long as this other vessel can avoid removal, which I doubt it. Not for very long at least, right? We can pick up a 4th land off the top. I think that would be ideal, so we can double drop these Paragons. Oh, there was one there. They get a Death Dweller as well, so that's good. And a removal. Nice mill, boy. Let's attack, because if we don't, they'll just remove us, and then we got no value. Decent trade, actually. They are tapped, so let's get 1 Shade in play, and then we'll play 1 Paragon. The Embraces can equip for pretty good damage. Oh, the Rankle sucks. Yeah, we need some form of removal. They can sack their Wind Rubber, maybe. I wouldn't mind a draw. There's our removal. I hate that. Let's toss our Embrace. Well... yeah, we don't have enough mana to cast them both anyways. Yeah, I almost wish we would have kept the Embrace a little bit. Let's go on the Paragon. We toss the land. Do we race? We hit for 9. We have to sack for 3. I hate you, rogues! I think we race them. Go big or go home. Cannot go slow against rogues. I don't think that's an option. Oh, of course they do. So it's a good thing we didn't try to defend there, right? Then we wouldn't have got that 6 damage and no value. Well, this sucks. They still tap. Oh my god. So we lose our Knight. We were relying on the Knight to combine with Lifelink from the Paragon to keep us alive, to set us above them tempo-wise so we could still get the kill, but I don't think that's going to work out now. They've done a very good job at slaying all of our removal, right? There's so much of our removal gone to the grave through their mill, and that's so sad for me. They lose their Scavenger. That's interesting. We pick up some removal. That's really nice for me. Fresh off complaining about it. I'm surprised we deserve that. We should be more grateful. The Thought Thief in play, and now a Scavenger in play. GG. So, you know, we get close, but unfortunately, not close enough. We go first. We still can't find any Lurrus rogues. It's unfortunate. Yesterday we won 3 in a row. This morning we've lost 1 within our recording time. And we're going to try to go until we find a rogue deck. I tell you what. The reason that rogues have a hard time dealing with a mono black aggro deck featuring Lurrus is the replayability of all the low cost aggro creatures like our Shade, the Embrace. So we can put out a lot of damage. Even if they remove it, we just replay it next turn. You know, we can play pretty loose with Lurrus because we have multiple copies. The Embrace gets us in the air. 5/5 will be a little aggressive, I think. Oh, they're going for it next turn. In for 6. Woo! Lurrus enters play for no reason. Right? It could be a defender, I suppose. No passage, that's good. No cleave. There could be a stomp on our Shade. There isn't, there's an Innkeeper. And we get another... What? Lurrus City. So they will remove Lurrus if they find a stomp before the Shade. Right? It's higher value. And that's good for us because we have multiple Lurruses to replay in place. Reminds me of that creature in one of the Hellboy movies. I think the first one, the good one, right? And yeah, this is that cat, right? Watch out, Lurrus will get you. You think that's his cub, but that's actually just itself. What? All right, no, they do go for the Shade. That's interesting. We do have the land. We can replay it either way. They go in with the boys. I'm just gonna block this. Or we take the damage and we just go in the air with Demonic Embrace again, right? Unless there's a cleave. Oh no, we don't have to pay for it. That's so much better. So close. Again, last match we got them to 1. Right now we have them down to 2. Oh, we can cast this either way. Doesn't matter. Let's cast it with Lurrus, right? Way better that way. We could cast it with the Landfall ability or the Lurrus ability, which is pretty cool. Alrighty. They need to deal 16 damage. We have no blockers. Or they need to take out both of our creatures. I'm interested, right? So we see that we're ready to roll, closing games out, turn 6 at the latest, right? And it would be faster than that, but we have so many copies of Lurrus. It's just a matter of, you know, removing their key pieces. They take the draw, so there's no cleave, so we know we're not dying this turn. That's game. That's 100% game, unless... No, they can't stomp Lurrus. There could be Primal Might. Nope. Nice, that's game. Decent. They get us pretty decently, but, you know, we're a smash in. Grab 9 life back with Lurrus. Wow. Right? So... There's a lot of ways to spend life in the deck, and a lot of ways to gain life back. Alrighty. Let's see if we can hunt some rogues. There's no Yorion here, so it's probably not. I mean, we do have a Vessel with a Dweller in hand, so I think we could probably ride off of that. Heartless Act is also good to go. We'll play the Scorpion in first. We have the international greeting. Oh, we've got to turn the cat cam off. Boop. Sorry, that's Miss Maya. You have to be on Twitch if you want that goodness. Let's just sneak our Vessel in. Right? Why not? Attack for 1. So we don't do big amounts of damage early on with the deck. We just kind of flood the field as fast as we can. They do have removal here. We can play it on our vessel. And then we're not only gaining massive amounts of life, we are also playing it on a creature that we want them to remove. So we can bring it back with the Death Dweller as a 5/5. Heartless Act, we can immediately just scoop up their Scavenger, which is such a good card. Oh my gosh, right? And we get 2 turns in a row of 5 damage while gaining 4 life, 8 total, up to 28. Our opponent's down to 9, and we are making quick work of this Golgari deck if they don't remove us. Okay, Pokranos is cool, but we can still just remove counters from it. Right? 3 counters. Down to a 3/3. Another Demonic Embrace is so good. Pokranos could still kill it, but if we spread the threat here, we hit for 8, down to 1. We're up to 32, and we have Recursion from the grave on both of these creatures. Also, if they kill the Scorpion, it deals 2 damage to them, which will be lethal. So, somehow they have to gain 2 life, plus kill both of our creatures, right? It's not going to be an easy situation to come out of, and we're on, what, turn 4, turn 5 here? So, pretty quick wins that are semi-consistent, and, you know, I find very powerful not only against rogues, but some of these other top meta decks that we see all around the place. We do lose a Demonic Embrace here from the Mutate. Nice. Recasting it is totally an option for us, though. This also has Reach, but unfortunately, it's only... Oh no, the Goose also has Reach. We didn't think of this. Nonetheless, we fire in. Totally aggro. They do have to block with the Goose and the Gem Razor just to stay alive. The Goose has to block the Scorpion so it doesn't die, and then the Gem Razor kills the Vessel. We gain 4 life here. Vessel is in the grave now, and we can bring it back as a 5/5. Our opponent's up to 4 life, not bad. They are dancing around it, good for them. If they come back from this, whew, and you know, that's kind of how the situation goes with aggro decks, is you usually get it by turn 4, turn 5, maybe turn 6, and then if like it's going further than that, your chances of winning substantially go down turn by turn. This is great. We can just pick up this Gem Razor. 2 for 1. We get Great Horn out of that pile as well, and or was it Great Horn? Yeah, Gem Razor, Great Horn, Volcranos. That was quite a thing going on there, maybe. Anyways, we get to hit for a little bit. Down to 3. We've got the Embraces ready to strike with. Volcranos isn't an option. They need something to block flying, whether it be removal or reach. Another creature with flying. Looking at the top 7, if it's 3 or less, it comes in with 3+1/+1. So. Oh, nice. Not only does this puppy have life gain, it's got flying. I really, really like that play. Woof. That's a little aggressive, I'd say. We have 4 land available. Woo! Woo! What do you even do? We can Skyclave into nothing. They are coming back. Good for them. That symbiosis into the buffed scavenger, that's a nice play. I really like that. That's enough for them to win. 100%. We have quite a bit of life here, so we will just have them tap. Oh, the Harbinger, Hexproof from black. Who's main decking that? And we're a mono black deck. Uh-oh. So this is great. That sucks, and you know, there's a little bit more of all that to come around full circle, it feels like. Yeah, the mana cost on the scavenger is 3, but that's such a buff creature right now that we have to get rid of it. The Shade can go in, it can't block. Down to 8. They have another scavenger they'll play, leaving them with 5 mana left over. They could also Dire's Bat, mutate at flash speed to kill one of our creatures, which is not good. We do have to block the draw here. So Scorpion goes to the grave. We grab 2 life. They lose 2 life, down to 6. And they do have the flyers to shut us down from lethal. Ugh, gross. Okay, we top deck removal for 1 to kill a scavenger, so we can still play the Embrace for 3. You know, we could if it was a 2 or less mana, but unfortunately the scavenger is 3. Ouch. So we're sacking here. This is a unique deck. That is for shizzle. So we have a 2 and a 1 to take, I guess. We want the Vessel for sure. We should just replay the Skyclave organically, right when a land enters the battlefield. But, well, maybe. Take the Scorpion again. Both Death Touch and Menace go on the Scorpion. The other is a 5/5 with flying. And then another Vessel can come in organically, just as a chump blocker. We can trade with the Scavenger for the second time. Oh, but the Dire's Bat takes out whatever it wants. Gross. Dirge? Not Dirge. More you know. So yeah, that sucks. Right? They both have flying now, so a very, very good game. I like that, right? We had them down to 1 and just came back full circle on us with that big mid-range bang, right? Those are some heaters within the deck, and you know, we do get to go again. That Hexproof from black is a dirty card to main deck, you know what I mean? Woof. Let's see if we can try to find some rogues and demonstrate the true power of mono black aggro. Alright, I think we found Lurrus rogues. I'm worried that our hand doesn't have removal. I'm really worried that our hand doesn't have removal. Turn 1, turn 2 looks nice though. Let's risk it. There's the removal. Here's the turn 1 Eidolon. Oh my gosh, can it be? Can it be so? Please play a rogue. Do it. Do it. Do it. We can attack for 1. Yep. End our turn. Or, yeah, we'll end our turn. We'll Paragon in. Here's the thief. I see you. Got this. It's okay, boys. We've got our Embrace. Got our land. That's the third land. It's a forest. And they remove us. Okay. The removal's good. That's 1 to the grave. This is 2 to the grave. I want to pull their ground in the lock, so we're gonna let them mill. Sucks. Right? Not good. Whoa, 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 whoa! Okay. Are you ridiculous? This has flash, and it just like slammed through. I don't know if that's on me, but that sucks. In a big ol' way. We just basically give them a free turn. That's so frustrating. So frustrating. Oh well. Trying to move forward from it. I guess I just play in full control forever, and the games will take 25 minutes each. That hurts though, man. That hurts. That's the difference between winning and losing. That's so sad. So sad. Lots of good cards in the grave. No Lurruses yet. I guess we attack, try to pull something. I still can't get over it. Let's play our Shade, and then we flash in the Paragon. Yeah, we'll set stops from now on. You don't have to play in full control, just set stops, which is still, it takes additional time, but whatever. Because that is so sad. Let me know if that's ever happened to you guys in Arena. Ending our turn, setting the stop on our opponent's end step so we don't flip through our Paragon phase again. Right? And they get their third Thought Thief? Are you serious? In what world? Top 11 cards of their deck, 3 Thought Thieves? Ah, sure. That's ridiculous. Oh, they get a Lurrus. We're getting hit for 6 damage. That's so unpleasant. We could already have Demonic Embrace on something, but no. Alright, at least this time we're able to play Paragon on the correct phase. Thank you. We shall embrace a blocker. Probably not. We just need to go on the offensive, don't we? Played on the Shade because it's got replayability quite easily. They can obviously remove it if they want, which sucks. The Dispute, that's great. That allows us to get in for 7 damage, down to 11. We hit for 8, 9, 10, 11 next turn, if there's no blockers. I am imagining that Lurrus will be a blocker here. I'm also imagining removal or counter spells. They could land Lurrus Thought Thief. Thought Thief's a 3/3 blocker in the air. Right? That hurts. They're going for it. They are going for it. A Lurrus off the top would be great. And our 5th land as well. Double draw. Oh, Lurrus has to first enter their hand, so that would take a full extra turn. Sometimes I forget when they're the companion. They just paid 3 life to bring Lurrus in and hold up a counterspell. We have lethal right here. Let's make them kill the Scorpion if they want it. Right, rather than the attack for 1, it'll ping for 2. So they let it hit. And we are hitting for lethal. They need to flash block or remove. This is with us basically skipping a turn as well due to the skipping past our opponent's end step when we wanted to flash the Paragon in. So I'm not that disappointed in how it's performed against a couple rogue matchups that we've had. I think it's a really good way to deal with them, right? Like, they are cornered right now and they have to try to wiggle a way out of this with 2 cards and 2 mana. You know, if they remove the 4/3, they take lethal. If they remove a 3/1, they still take lethal. So I'm so sorry, Dimir Rogues, not today. Alrighty, we've made a few more changes, but you know, nothing drastic. Incorporated Hateful Eidolons. We took out Agadeem's Awakening and 2 Scourge Skyclaves. Oh, talk about migraine. I feel like someone just jabbed a knife into my temple. What is happening to my head? Woo! Alright, we're in with the Vessel. We have removal, which is nice. Link to Dust is going to be super valuable here. That Lurrus is great as well. 1 damage, don't mind if I do, Hugh, don't mind if I do. Roxa, we discard Deadweight. No, they just take out one of our vessels, which makes me so sad. Let's just play it out. I'm sure there's removal, but whatever. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And they do not like the Lurrus drop there. Alrighty, I mean, that made my whole day worth it. We beat rogues with our anti-rogue deck. That's a gargoyle, not a rogue. That's very interesting. Let's kind of rely on our Serrated Scorpions and try just to grab lifelink off of our vessel with a Demonic Embrace. It looks like it could be some weird shenanigans that I'm very frightened of. I don't know, right? Who plays that? Some big brain shenanigans. Right, are they going to turn it to a 3/3, like the High Alert shenanigans? They do have instant speed interaction, or something's going on. Let's just interact with it, right? Snag. Swing. Okay. Can't complain with that, right? Right. It almost feels bad. This is some nice removal there. And 0/4 Defender's nice. A lot of colorless though we're seeing, right? This might be mono white Ugin. Replayability on the Shade's nice. Going really wide. Down to 16, we have 4 damage within the Serrated Scorpions. Takes them to 12, plus we hit for 3 a turn still. They're gonna block the shade. Oh, that shuts us up. Definitely mono white again. I'm worried. They're at 4 land, which is semi-decent. Let's keep them there. The owl's good. It's got flying. That's kind of interacts with our demonic embrace. The casket's really good. I want to draw, so we're going to take their birth. Well, doesn't really do much for us right now. Then blocking the Paragon is absolutely amazing. Right, we can give it Death Touch and life gain. Plus we get removal all for 2. That's a thing. Skyclave didn't die, so I don't know, maybe we hold the land? No. We'll go up to 4, we're so low. Our Skyclave would be -3/-3. We've done such a good job with the life gain. It's harder to get, like, we can control our life. We can easily pay life for things. It's harder to get them down from 20, I find. Exile on the Shade or the Vessel? On the Shade. That's smart. All that glitters? Are you serious? That's a 7/7 in the air. We need to top deck removal or this game's over. Wow. Well, we're down from 20. That's for sure. That is insane. We gain 1 life here at least. Dealing 3 damage. If they have another all that glitters, I can't even. We were scared of Ugin. We're like, well, we get to 8 land, right? We got some time. No. All of the colorless permanents were a trick. Oh, this is just an enchantment artifact deck. That's why the colorless for artifacts. Got nothing to do with Ugin. Serpent for 4. I've got an 8/8 in the air. What do we deal with that? We got rid of most of our big boy removal. Well, I mean, it helps. We get pretty close there. But as soon as another, like, you know, we do go to 8, but as soon as they play another enchantment next turn, it goes far beyond that. You know what I mean? So that's not good. We get close. That owl with flying shuts us down though. Ayada. Nice. That's too much. That is too much. 2 all that glitters. Woof. All right, let's try again. We've adjusted our removal into Mire's Grasp now. I don't mind it. Mono blue, that's not good. That means we play on their turn. They're drawing. It's not the worst. It's not good for us, though. We do have removal. Playing on their turn, they have to spend mana now on their turn instead of ours, and that's great. They choose not to. Opt, that's okay. Three damage in. A borrower. Let's end our turn. It's Dimir. Always Dimir. Not rogues though, it doesn't look like. Could be, but I would say more just a control variant of it. That's our turn. Doing our best to have them play on their own turn. This is upsetting to me. Luckily, we can deal with it quite easily. So we actually want to draw their removal out, whether it's, you know, just a counter creature or round in the lock. That's why we let them mill first to take us above 2. We were at 1 before. Going quite wide here. The Wisp. Okay, something we really don't see much of. Taking the draw engine here. We snag it easily. And we're gonna take the Thought Thief as well. Ooh! Sorry. We're also hit for 6. It is Dimir Rogues. I mean, they've got some other stuff in there as well, but it's a Thought Thief, Brazen Borrower. I know what you're doing. We get to hit first here. The kicker here is for 5, 6, 7, quite a bit. Kicker here for 5. I think that's better. Or we draw, take a bunch of damage. Let's force them into a counter, right? Just eating the few remaining cards that they have available. We could have double dropped there potentially, but I think it was better to spread around. If they hit us with that borrower, our Skyclaves become much more efficient. Wow, we should have double dropped, I guess. But if we did, they would have not done this, I think. Oh! What do they take? They could take the Skyclaves. That'd be our best bet. That's what they're gonna take for sure. At least we can play our own and they just nullify each other, basically. Woo! Zereth-san, you dog! Decent. I have a few of those. How'd you get one? Playing our Shade as well. It's pretty good, right? So the fact that they're removing our creatures, you know, countering them when there's so much recursion within the deck, it's maybe not the best move. Been waiting all day to do this. I thought that borrower had already been cast for petty theft. The more you know. Nice. That makes the whole day worth it. Alright, you guys. We're continuing our streak of bad luck here. It can only last so long. We're getting our opponents so close every match, right? Down to 1, down to 2, down to 4. We need just a little bit of reach within the deck. The Scorpions are supposed to do that with the replayability through Lurrus, but we're struggling. We are struggling. Lots of removal here, so we should be okay. You know, anytime we get a decent hand, we seem not to go against rogues, and you know, for rogues being 20% of the meta, we don't see it 20% of the time, at least right now. Second Lurrus is fine. I mean, it's obviously a high priority removal for our opponent. The Innkeeper will just immediately snag. They do get to play on top of it, which is good. The Death Touch is decent. I mean, we can pick that off as well. Golgari Adventure is what we're playing against. What? That's just stupid. Let's try to trade. And our turn. We'll leave it for now. Come on, man. Really? That's like really good. I can't believe it. So even though we're removing on par, they're getting draws for everything that we remove, basically, so it's really, really hard to get ahead that way. We're going down each turn and they're staying at basically even value. I think we could potentially convert some of our removal into permanent removal, and then it will help with Lurrus. The Ooze in play, that's not bad, right? They do have the ability to eat our cards from the grave now, like the Vessel. So that sucks for us. Where's the land? Maybe we'll pull our 4th copy of Lurrus. Jesus. That's too much. Alright, we're done here. Alrighty, thanks for watching, you guys. If you want to support financially, do so on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, and our Amazon link. Other than that, I really do appreciate even just your time and attention every single day. Those likes, those comments, the subscriptions. You know, you're absolutely amazing. Each and every one of you spending your time here with me each and every day. We're up to 2 uploads again per day, which is feeling pretty good. I do love it. So with that all out of the way, don't forget our 500,000 gem giveaway, cash prize tournaments, blah, 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 blah. There's so much going on. Let me know what you thought of the deck in the comments below. And most importantly, go watch yourselves another video of mine. We'll see you soon. Take care.